As I said previously, and Toprak has finished inside the top two in 60% of races in 2021. It is the second consecutive season that we've gone down to a last round decider. Last season, though, Jonathan Rea only needed 3 points from the final round to seal the title. This season, you fancy he needs a miracle.
Yeah, and for Rea, the miracle might come in the form of a little bit of rain in the next 15 minutes as well. We did have a few spits of rain around about 20 minutes ago here in Indonesia, so we'll wait and see if that changes at all. It did get very bright momentarily. Now it's gotten a little bit darker. The clouds starting to come in again. We're going to be keeping our eyes on the skies.
We said it multiple times before this weekend even got underway. The only way that Jonathan Rea could make up that kind of points margin, 30 points, was if misfortune befell Toprak, or if we had weather conditions that favoured Rea more than the current series leader.
Yeah, and I think a few spots of rain could bring in that little bit of randomness to the proceedings. Obviously, you'd expect Toprak to be really strong in dry conditions. But speaking to the riders after the morning warm-up session, Garrett Gerloff said that if you were offline at all during the morning warm-up session, there was absolutely no grip out there. So that's going to be one of the key things. If you're able to try and make some moves, you're not going to be able to venture too far off the racing line.
History, though, is against Jonathan Rea. The Superbike points leader has only changed at the final round on 6 occasions during this championship's history. The largest margin made up ever has been 12 points by Sylvain Guintoli back in 2014. So Rea will have to make more history if he's to become world champion again this afternoon. Look at the grid then. The front row featuring the top 3 in the championship standings, and in their pecking order, Toprak Razgatlioglu on pole. He's outscored Jonathan Rea in 6 of the last 7 rounds. He's won 5 of the last 8 races. He could be world champion as early as today. 25 points, of course, available this afternoon, and a 30-point lead, so a very realistic chance of taking the title as early as this morning.
Yeah, and certainly for Toprak, you can see down there on the grid with Keenan Sofoglu. Keenan, a 5-times world champion, and probably the best mentor Toprak could have hoped for, to give him that bit of experience, give him that bit of knowledge about what it takes to get across the line. Once you're on the bike, though, it's up to Toprak to get it done. He's looked so calm all the way through this weekend, really relaxed. You'd expect him to be able to get it done, and he could easily do it in race 1.
Razgatlioglu, the championship leader since the end of the Catalunya round, and he took the lead of the championship by just a single point at that stage. He's steadily increased that margin since then. 19 points he gained in Jerez, 4 points in Portimao, and 6 in San Juan. Jonathan Rea certainly has been digging in, particularly last time out. He lines up from P2, having already taken the championship lead back from Toprak Razgatlioglu twice this season. Can he do it a third time? 4 consecutive podiums to his name. Only one of them, though, a win. Just 3 victories in the last 7 rounds. It's going to take something very special.
Yeah, from that form in the Netherlands, whenever he was able to pick up the treble victory in Assen, it really has been tough going since then for Jonathan Rea. You can see him there on the grid, steely-eyed determination there. He's really focused on the job at hand. Doesn't want to have too many distractions on the grid, so certainly for Kawasaki, they'll be focused up on making sure that Rea's got all of his boxes ticked. 15 minutes to go, though, so plenty still can change. As you can see in the skies in the background, there are still those clouds in the air.
200th Superbike start with Kawasaki today for Jonathan Rea, in the middle of the front row between Toprak Razgatlioglu and the man on the outside of him, Scott Redding, who could yet have some say in the destination of this 2021 world title. The Ducati man completing the front row of the grid, and as we said previously, real chance that he could act as a spoiler. Our most recent race winner, who took race 2 in San Juan 5 weeks ago, 10 podiums in the last 12 races. He has been the only rider consistently able to fight with Rea and Razgatlioglu in 2021. 187 points up on teammate Michael Ruben Rinaldi behind Scott Redding, so guaranteed at least a bronze to add to a silver from 2020. 36 points behind Jonathan Rea for second, and set for his
all of those leading riders, they're going to be keeping one eye on the skies. They've all made their tyre choice now, and it's going to be interesting to see if people go a little bit conservative. Obviously, the rain that's overnight and washing the track clean, that's going to make it where it's going to be quite harsh on some of the tyres. Some riders might opt for that harder tyre, the SC0 tyre, whereas some riders that might need to find a little bit of performance might take a bit of a gamble, go for the X tyre.
Drops of rain in Sector 1 appear on our information screen. Our